What up, y'all? Tina here, man. Let's get into some DC news. In this video, we're going to talk about Matt Reeves speaking on a lot of different topics in the DC Universe, James Gunn, and some Supergirl updates as well. Let's get into it.
I talk movies and Marvel, TV shows, rumors, money, and drama. Game of Thrones, universe, and rights too. Vampires, horror, I got you. Subscribe to my page, come roll with me. If you like movies, follow, she dreads me. Movies, follow, she dreads me.
All right, Sophia Falcone was the big winner out of DC Studios. Cristin Milioti. Listen, the Penguin show quickly turned into the Sophia Falcone show. Yeah. By episode 3 or 4, it was officially her show. She deserved this Emmy. I think it's also a testament to great writing and producing on the Penguin show. It was a solid project coming from the Matt Reeves verse. So many people hate this idea of DEI, but this show in front and behind the scenes was a very diverse production. A lot of women produced, wrote, directed, clothing design, set design, music in this film. So man, shout out to Matt Reeves for allowing this team to go to work and put out a solid show. Colin Farrell didn't win anything for his role as the Penguin, but hey, I feel like when you a team, if one person gets the W, the whole team wins. So yo, happy for her. She killed it as Sophia Falcone. Now, we've also learned that she's not going to be in the Batman Part 2 either. So Catwoman is out, Sophia is out, the Penguin, he's only going to have a small role in the film. And Matt Reeves said Cristin is not in this one, or Sophia's not in this one, because he was so deep into the script by the time the Penguin came out. Sounds like it was a little too late to make some changes, but he says that she's incredible and we'll kind of see how it works in the future. Now, Matt Reeves, sir, you need to go to the Kevin Feige school of plussing, okay? You telling me you couldn't go back and rework that script a little bit to get Sophia involved? How do you introduce us to Sophia? She learns that Catwoman is her sister, and now you're like, well, we don't really know where that plot line is going to pick up. If James Gunn allows Matt Reeves to continue doing these Elseworld projects, we need a Catwoman TV show, or in the Batman Part 3, y'all gotta tie that plot line together, man. We gotta finish up with Sophia and Catwoman. Don't leave us hanging like this, okay? Now, MTV News specifically asked Reeves a question along the lines of, they wanted to know if there are gonna be any other spinoffs planned. And this is what he said. He said, the priority at the moment has been the Batman. Going into prep, there are certain characters and certain things I want to do, so I'm hoping now that Batman is into prep, those conversations will begin again in earnest. We love to have more things, but they have to be things that fit within whatever. Obviously, I'm not in control of all of the business plans of DC, but I have things I would love to do. So me personally, I think it's quite interesting he brought up the business of DC, because he's telling the truth right now. Everything is a little unknown. Paramount has officially stuck their hand up and said, hey, I want to buy Warner Brothers. If Paramount buys Warner Brothers, they get DC, Game of Thrones, The Gilded Age, everything HBO. And anytime there's a merger or a buyout, everybody's just uncomfortable, because the reality is people lose their jobs. So, Matt Reeves is in a tough spot where he can't really say what can happen in the future, because nobody knows what's about to happen in the future. But he did speak out and said that Robert Pattinson has officially read the script. He said, and I quote, Pattinson was in New York at the time and everything is high security. We really trust Rob because he's the best. All right, Vampire Batman, you got 4 months to get this script memorized and get to work. All right, it's time to get to it, Vampire Batman. All right, let's get into some James Gunn news. Gunn says there's a secret project in the works.
A lot of work. I was just meeting with the writer and director of a forthcoming secret DCU project that we're doing, and they were asking us about VFX and how much it costs and how many VFX characters we can have, and then they were talking about the superheroes in the show. And I was like, the one thing you kind of got to be careful about is the superhero costumes, because they are really difficult to make. They're difficult to make look good, and they usually cost a lot more money than it does creating a CGI character. So you got to be
a lot of issues with David Denman's costume, I remember.
Yeah, that's right. He showed up and I wasn't happy. I didn't like it, and I had Legacy come in and totally redo it.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to written.
What do y'all think it is? I'm curious, is this a secret project in addition to the other 20 projects you announced? This man got a lot on his plate. James Gunn be doing a lot. We also received a few updates on the Superman sequel. First, James Gunn said it's not a sequel. Then this past week on the Howard Stern show, he's saying it is a sequel, but who knows? But he also mentioned that Lois Lane will have an important role in the Man of Tomorrow movie. Gunn also confirmed that Lex Luthor is a major part in this movie just as much as Superman. He says, it's a story about Lex Luthor and Superman having to work together to a certain degree agree, against a much, much bigger threat. Who do y'all think the threat is? Who do y'all think is going to be the villain of this film? Outside of Superman, he also said that Bloodsport is canon to the new DCU, so does that mean Idris Elba will be making a return? Some people have speculated, hey, maybe he might show up in Peacemaker. Like, who knows? Who knows with James Gunn? All right, let's get into some Supergirl news. For some reason, this has completely slipped through the cracks for me. I didn't know that the villain of Supergirl is going to be Krem of the Yellow Hills. Or maybe I did know and I just forgot. I think when they announced Lobo, in my mind, Lobo was going to be like the main villain, but no, it's going to be Krem. So let's talk about him. Krem is a ruthless intergalactic outlaw. Extremely barbaric. Krem, otherwise, is just kind of regular looking, run-of-the-mill ginger alien. He looked like a regular guy. But it sounds like the DCU is going to change him a little bit. He's not going to look so comic accurate. Now, this is only a rumor. Scooper Daniel RPK says Krem looks more like a monster and carries dead alien rats with him to eat. Ugh, yuck. But don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm excited for Supergirl. Milly Alcock is my girl. Jason Momoa is in there as Lobo. It's being said that the tone is a little bit more darker, more serious. I don't know who the target audience is for this movie. It doesn't sound like a movie for little young girls, but maybe we'll get more of a feel of the movie once we see a trailer. I'm thinking that'll probably happen like around Super Bowl, but who do y'all think the target audience is for this Supergirl movie? And you know what? Every time James Gunn talks about Milly Alcock, he always says how excited he is for everybody to see her. He just sat down with Sirius XM Radio and he says that she's absolutely stunning in the film and he's ready for people to see her as Supergirl. Are y'all excited for Supergirl? I am. And do y'all think Sophia Falcone needs to show back up in the DCU? Leave your comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.